bit along that line. When I was writing this book, because I do bring up a couple lines about the president and about election. When the election was going on when I was writing it, and the entities, because Jason and his pals kind of in the first book, they kind of upend this, help take down the president. I've got to give that part of the story away to make this next phrase make any sense at all. So, so the entities kind of are trying to get a friendly back into the White House. And I go into this book a little bit about how they have this guy who's campaigning, who will do and say anything. And, in my mind, I'm like writing about kind of, it's Trump. It's supposed to represent somebody like him. And it's funny, as the election kept going along and knowing just what happened with the other books, I didn't want to write the end of that election part into this story because somewhere in the back of my mind was like, oh, well, that means he's going to win. And see how well that worked out. But it's good. I just, it's conversations, and that's the biggest thing, just people talking back and forth. It's what we need, especially just about, just about this stuff, it's something that's easy but not, I guess. Something that it should be obvious the answer to is if people could just look at each other as human, probably end most of it. But how hard is just that simple little concept? So I guess, listening, not generalizing. When it's hard, when you can be going up against another side who all they're doing is generalizing against you, and it can be hard to not want to do that back. But, and sometimes we let it slip. We're only human. But sometimes we really have to try to, not go there. We have to listen to people. There's, everybody talked about where did the white working class vote go? White people haven't been talked about enough in elections, so, we gotta wonder where all their votes went. Well, back when people were fighting for unions, and they were getting beaten and killed just so they could have the 8-hour workday and weekends off and all this stuff back in the 20s and 30s and, for a long time. All these people were really fighting for this stuff, and then as it slowly kind of melted away, people fighting back against the New Deal, I guess, after the war, they started drifting over. And, to me, it almost goes back to that original line from when Obama was, I don't know if it was when he was running or if it when he was in office, but when he was about the clinging to their guns and their religion. And what upset me was they never played the whole part of that line because it missed the whole context of the whole line. Because he said, these people have been lied to and put down for so long, they don't know what to believe, they don't know who to believe, they're not going to believe anybody for anything. So all they have left is their emotions, which causes them to cling to their guns and their religion. Which made so much more sense to me. Not saying that it's right, because when you strip all that stuff away, it's all primal. Yes?
There's actually a book that came out about 10 years ago called Deer Hunting with Jesus.